Happy Halloween, boys and ghouls, and welcome to the reviewing station, where today I, Shadow Ranger, will personally bring you a treat that is definitely a trick from the corporation that is well known from the Transformers franchise, and that is Hasbro. So, this being the first ever actual Halloween special on the reviewing station, it gives me the pleasure to be the first to host such a spectacular event that is about to make history. But it will also be a living nightmare that you will never ever escape from, with the fact that this is one of the rarest coming attractions to ever come out of Hasbro's department in quite the ages. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Hasbro's still away, the biggest cash grab in history, that is the Transformers Titans Return Deluxe Class, Brainstrom and Teslor, which is indeed one of the rarest figures to ever come out of this series, as it is only being purchased at your local Walgreens store, if you can find him in stock. Scope out the packaging here, and you will see that it is full of its own charm. As you can tell by the looks of it, it seems as if the ear has been kind of left off of the image on the right side of his face, making it look a little disfigured. The Photoshop image isn't really that good. As a matter of fact, when compared to others out there, this looks as if a child drew it. You have all your specifics of the packaging, especially with the misaligned Autobot symbol on the top right corner. The bio on the back of the packaging pretty much indicates that Teslor upgrades the intelligence of Brainstorm, making him and his inventions pretty unique. The figure can be transformed from a spaceship to a robot, and back and forth in a never-ending cycle of terror. With the packaging out of the way, let us take a look at the quick contents that this figure does come with. And it is a card! Your standard trading card for the Transformers Generations / Titans Return series. It is made out of a pretty decent card back, but it isn't without its flaws, as the flaw is it is just the standard image of that poorly drawn figure on the front of the packaging in a complete overall look of the thing. It is truly quite terrifying in its own ways. As we all know, the trading cards are quite useless, so I will proceed to do the one thing that is best for these cards. And on to the figure himself. Here we have Brainstorm with his Titan Master, Teslor, in the cockpit. Brainstorm definitely has quite the proportions of some aerodynamic looking plane / car, because this figure is nothing but alive. Behold, the first mold to come out of this, which is blood. This figure has quite the coloration, you could say. He's feeling a little blue. But when it comes to this retooled figure that came from this previous mold, it is truly the successor in all ways, from its color palette to the additional wings right here on the sides and on the bottom, to even the back structure to the tail of the plane. To the front, we have barreled guns here for armed combat in the air, and 2 mounted laser cannons on the wings themselves, making aerodynamics out of this quite questionable, with the fact that these wings are also smaller than your standard jets today. Trying to make this actually fly in real life would be quite the horrific event in itself. Yes. I would enjoy to fly one of these murder death kills in air combat. Here we have Teslor, the Titan Master figure. He is quite unique in his own ways, making every little bit of the difference that is the Generation 1 counterpart, which was actually bigger and quite bulkier. Breakage to the legs and flipping to the front reveals Brainstorm's head. Physically forming the head without the body is more of a decapitation in its own ways. A pleasure that I love to see. It's a sight to behold, especially around this time of year. Brainstorm the figure in his jet mode is quite simple, but it still has fully functioning wheels. One for the front, two for the back. But the long, narrow nose cone of the jet could get in the way of its specific design, which is meant to simply roll on the ground without friction. This piece can come off and form the proper pistol for Brainstorm in robot mode, but in its own formality, it can attach to the front of the nose cone, creating a third barrel of murder death for any Decepticon foe. Strikingly, there's not much more to say about this mode. It is not as good as the Voyager Generations figure that was released a few years ago, and is definitely a pitiful take on being the successor of that Brainstorm. The transformation is quite as simple as Blur. You could even say it is exactly copy and paste.
Yeah, trying to transform this figure in all dark, it's like doing it blind.
Here we have the complete Brainstorm action figure in all of his copy and paste glory. It is quite unique in its own way, as this is where the star truly shines on this night. Brainstorm is a magnificent, redecoed action figure of the once said Blur. He is fully complete, with laser cannons still attached to these useless wings in this mode, which are definitely covered up by these small little dinky wings here to physically make the appearance look more satisfactory. But that's not to say it's bad, as Brainstorm truly is loaded to the teeth in at least the articulated form, with a swivel head, ball-jointed shoulders, bicep swivel, single-jointed elbows, wrist swivel, waist swivel, ball-jointed legs with quite the range of movement on all sides, something that your standard Spider-Man Marvel Legend figures cannot compete with. Thigh swivel, single-jointed yet acting like double-jointed knees. And there's a little addition portion due to transformation for the articulation at the feet to hinge up and down. Brainstorm's weapon of choice is this small little pistol that can be used as a third cannon for the nose cone in jet mode, which can be applied in his hands for armed combat in this form. Strikingly, this figure looks fantastic in this form with the color palette of chosen decos, such as the Generation 1 printed labels for the wings, and down here in the lower portion of his shin guards. The turquoise color totally makes the San Diego Comic-Con 2016 exclusive Cry in Sorrow is the ultimate form a Brainstorm in deluxe mode. The back portion for the nose cone can be removed from being pathetic kibble and stored to the left arm for an arm-mounted, dual-wielding cannon of murder death. Top that with his pistol here, it would be a triple barrel of an apocalyptic design weapon. It is very fascinating how Hasbro is able to make a cash grab out of quick minor changes here, just to make the figure look a tad different. Still the same skeleton within, still the lies, but quite divine. If you see this figure, might I recommend that you take into consideration of what you are going to offer for it, which is the exact price point of $19.99. And with the rarity of this figure, I can definitely say it is quite questionable on whether or not to actually own this design, as you could go for the better attracted Voyager class figure from a few years ago. This is nowhere on par. It will not fill the hole within your heart, but it will satisfy the brain for thinking that it isn't the Brainstorm to be. So there you have it. This dark and ghoulish night, I present to you the trick that has become, at the very end, the treat to gobble up. And with that, there's nothing else to say. So if you enjoyed today's video review, hit that like button, comment down below, let Shadow Ranger know that you are listening from within the well of his soul. And if you haven't already, treat yourself to unlimited videos of epic proportions by hitting that subscribe button down below. And this is Shadow Ranger signing off. Thanking you very much for watching on this night. And to all, a happy Halloween. And I will see you whenever you see me.